Hello, Stefano. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
What brings you? We have, as you know, we have 10 minutes to do coaching. What would you like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about an assignment that I've got for university. So that would be the topic of the conversation.
Okay, what is the problem?
The issue is about this assignment. It's basically a group work that we have to, a presentation that we have to complete as a group work. And we have got an issue, not as the content of the presentation, but with the team member that is not doing his part. So that's what I want to talk about. That's the issue that's present.
So what would you like to achieve from this session? What is the goal?
Okay, the goal would be having clear ideas regarding how to act in order to complete the presentation, how to act in respect of the member that is not doing his part. So that would be what I'd like to clarify in my mind, which step I can take and which one I will take so far.
Okay, so why is it so important to you?
Well, it's important because the deadline is coming close. We have only 2 weeks for finishing the presentation, and we have reached a point where we are not processing anymore. We are just stuck in the point, and we need his part or his contribution in order to finish it, but we cannot get it. So that's why it became really important right now.
So who else is involved in this beside you?
We are in 5 in total. All 5. We know each other for 3 years from now. We started all university together, so we know each other. And well, all the group members are involved, so all the 5 of us has this issue, even if it's caused only by one.
So did this thing happen before in the past?
When we used to work together, we never worked all 5 of us together, but I had worked with all of them, if only by like group work of 3-4 people, and never anything like that never happened. So that's a new thing that comes out.
So the guy that is not doing anything, he's never acted like this before?
No. It's never. Although in some other group with other people, it had happened, not with those persons, with those people. I knew that, so I thought I could rely on them. But one let me down.
Okay, so have you done anything so far related to this matter? Like, have you talked to him, tried to find out what happened?
I tried to spoke with him, not in a direct way. I just tried to figure it out by myself what was this problem, but I didn't get much out of him. And I think so far he didn't realize that we are waiting for him in order to proceed any further. And that's the main point. I don't know how to make him understand that he's the one that's stopping everything, and if we don't solve it, we might take some measurement that will expel him from the group and will cause him like a failure in the academic report.
So what obstacle do you need to overcome now?
I have to overcome the obstacle that we cannot proceed. So that would be the obstacle that we have to overcome. There are quite a few ways that I thought so far, but
so
I'm not sure.
What have you thought so far? What options do you have? What is your first option?
My first option would be, well, it's not my first option, but the first option that usually teachers suggest is to go and speak with the tutor in order to solve this matter. If someone is not doing his part, probably they might take in consideration that during the presentation, or they might even think of changing in group or expel him. So the tutor would be one of the first thing that we can on which we can rely on. So it will take definitely some steps, but it's not up to us to decide which would be. So we don't want to risk that he will lose everything. So.
Okay, so what are the options beside this one?
Beside this one, it could be doing his part, dividing his part on our shoulders. But the issue here is that we have already a lot to do, apart from these assignments. So it will complicate a lot our lifestyle and everything. Also our work won't be as good as it could be. So that's probably something that we can do, but it's not the best. Other thing that we can do, we can skip the part, but we think of it as one of the most important parts of the presentation. So we think that without that contribution, we won't be able to have a good work. So gain a good grade. And something else might be something that I thought about that's stimulating, but I don't know really how to do it. Would be like motivating him and working together with him in order to complete his task. I will do my other thing, but I will like sort of make him focus on his problem and like on his part of the presentation and make him doing it. But I don't know how to achieve it.
So what would be the first step you could do now?
The first step could be, I don't know. I'm thinking about making him, as I told, making him doing his job, like from a direct point of view, but without causing him much troubles. What I could do.
Is that the best for you or the best for the whole group?
I think it's the best for the whole group. It's not the best for me, but I'm willing to do it because he is a close friend. So I will do it for him. So I think the first step I can do is like meeting him in his house, because I know his flatmate, so they will allow me to enter, or either in university, and sort of convince him or force him to work like together, like come up with an excuse and make him preparing his part. That might work. Probably, I think it might be worth to give it a try.
Okay. So what do you think I would suggest, for example?
Well, an external, I already asked other people, and their first option is always go to the teacher and finish the situation. But
would you give that advice to a friend of yours if you would be in that position, if you would know that he's friend with the other guy?
Well, probably the first suggestion that I will give, not to do business with friends. That's something, but it doesn't matter. No, I probably won't give the same advice as the others, because otherwise I would have done it.
How committed are you to this from a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I'm really committed, like at least 8. I know that it cannot be 10, because I know that even if we finish the presentation as it is now, we have some points that we can make up, and we can still get a good grade. But still, if we can do that, it's gonna be even better. So I'm still really motivated.
So can you think right now of a specific step you would do? For example, if the deadline would be tomorrow, and you would really have to do something, especially regarding this matter, what would you do?
Well,
specific.
I will definitely contact him or force him to do his part. I've already done once with another friend of mine, but I made him study for the whole exam the night before. We stayed up all the night in order.
So how and when are you going to do that?
I think I can do one of the day he has off from work, because he have always the same timetable from work. So I might be able to get him like one evening when he came back from work and make it and force him to do it. Might be like in a couple of days time.
And how are you gonna do it? Are you gonna go to his
I'm gonna go probably to his flat. Yeah, probably it's the less distracting place you can find, because there is on the internet and work to do, and that's it.
Okay.
So we might find.
So who else are you gonna involve in this?
Well, am I involved? Am I required to involve also the other team members, because I will have to stop them to go to the teacher. But apart from that, I definitely can do that. So that could be fine.
So are you happy with this session? Do you think you got anywhere?
Yeah, I think
it helped you in any way?
Yeah, I think that it was helpful in order to clarify my mind. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Do you think it was good?
Yeah.
I think it was better than the other one.